What do you say, everybody? Yeah, the Cubs are in Japan, and it's baseball really soon, like a week, less than a week. We're going to have games, the Cubs and the Dodgers. We got to talk about everything that happened since I hung out with you guys last. I feel like there's like a million things to get into. But how about Seiya Suzuki cutting baseballs with a samurai sword, just like the Cubs had to make some roster cuts? We're going to get into all that right here on the Cubs Baseball channel. Like, subscribe, thumbs up. I ask you to do that every single day, but I need you to do something else. Tell me what we can do with that logo behind me right there that you guys would want, because we're going to give away some swag on the show as well. So I want to know T-shirts, hats, koozies, stickers. What do you guys want? Tell me. Let's go. Hey, everybody, Mick Gillespie, Cubs Baseball channel. And what a day, because it's one day closer to baseball and this team to see what we got. Check us out, though, on the socials. At Broadcaster Mick is my personal social. Again, I'm Mick Gillespie. And I talk baseball here every day. Cubs fan forever, just like a lot of you guys. Or maybe some of you guys are new Cubs fans. However you got here, thank you for being a part of what we're doing. All right. I have to play this. I don't do a lot of like, hey, we're going to watch these videos. But Seiya Suzuki posting this video of him at the batting cage with a samurai sword. And I'm going to play it for you. Our buddy Brett at Bleacher Nation put it up there. I kind of gypped him for it. But I just love this so much. All right, let me there he is. Okay. There he is, swinging and cuts the baseball in half. He does it again. How sharp is that knife? And then this one, the one that's going to end it, hits his cameraman. Ouch. There you go. My bad, dude. My bad. Look at those balls, though. Just sliced right in half. And that's what Seiya is planning on doing to the Dodgers when the Cubs and the Dodgers play next week. But I thought that was really cool. I've enjoyed having the Japanese players in the major leagues. They have not only been great players and made an impact on their teams, and both of these teams, the Dodgers and the Cubs, have their best players are arguably their Japanese players, but they bring such funny and energetic personalities to the clubhouse. And I think that's really cool too. And that's what makes baseball great. I've always said that, when you go on a team, to have people from different backgrounds and cultures all together working for the same thing. And the Japanese baseball mentality, the team that they really try to put together from youth up, it translates to America. So pretty cool video there. And Seiya is I think he's going to slice the Dodgers in half. I hope so. I was looking at the Cubs' potential starting lineup, him at DH in the number 2 spot. Top of the lineup's going to have to hit. The Cubs have killed the ball this spring, but that doesn't always translate into the regular season, and it's really crazy because the catchers have hit so well. And, and both of those guys, Amaya and Kelly, could bring some offense to a spot that didn't do a whole lot last year. Can Michael Busch do what he's done? How about Hollywood Pete Crow Armstrong flying all over the place? We haven't even seen Kyle Tucker really do much yet. So that's what we're looking at right now. And pretty cool. All right, let's get into this here, because this to me is, one of those things I look at and I go, okay, I'm going to kind of break this down. Now, what the Cubs and the Dodgers both have the advantage of is a 31-man travel roster. And then you basically pick 26 of those guys to be on the active roster for the game in Tokyo. So there's 2 games. So that, who knows? I think they can pretty much do it every day. I think it's pretty cool, though, and that'd be 2 days. I know somebody out there is going, Mick, that's 2 days. Yeah, 2 days. But what's pretty cool is just the way that this thing's kind of breaking out. And when you look at the guys that made the team, there's one guy that didn't make the team that I don't know that it was really surprising to me, but is going to be available to teams, and that's Keegan Thompson. Thompson was a Cubs draft pick, came up through the system, got to the big leagues as a reliever. You know what? This, they're talking about like, hey, he didn't have a bad spring, but other guys were better. I think clearly other guys are better. I like Keegan, but this was inevitable. This was kind of for the Cubs. Like, they can't afford to wait on Keegan Thompson to be an ace reliever. He's been okay. There's been times where he's been an ace reliever, but not consistently. So he's designated for assignment. The Cubs might get something for him, and he might go unsigned. I mean, that wouldn't surprise me at all. So I think he's a fringe 40-man player right now, and I got a feeling that he's going to end up a free agent. So we'll see what happens. But back to the roster at hand. I'm sure by now a lot of you guys seen the what the Cubs are doing as far as the roster goes, but I'm going to go through it too, just because look, it's our channel, we can do whatever we want, and it's always curious to me to kind of see what we went with. All right, the starting pitchers right now are Shōta, Imanaga, Justin Steele, Jameson Taillon, Matthew Boyd, and then you got Jordan Wicks, Ben Brown, and Colin Ray as the guys that are, I guess, all vying for that fifth starter spot. Eventually, Javier Assad will be in that mix, but that makes sense to me. The relievers, and this is a much different bullpen than last year. Ryan Presley, obviously traded to get him. Porter Hodge came on late last year, Cubs minor leaguer, one of the few pitching prospects that the Cubs have. Ryan Brashear got him from the Dodgers. Caleb Thielbar, you got to have somebody from the left side. Eli Morgan, Nate Pearson, remember, traded get him last year at the deadline from the Birds, the Blue Jays. Julian Merriweather, he was hurt last year, but when he's good, right? Tyson Miller made the team. Some of you guys were worried about him not having very good stats this spring. I said, hey, look, I'm not saying the guy's going to be what he was last year, but you're not going to throw him away over that. Daniel Palencia, I like Daniel Palencia. I'm waiting for him to be a star at some point. I mean, he's got the stuff to do it, but he's got to have that put away pitch to me. And then Brad Keller, who is the guy I really wanted to talk about. And this guy is a non-roster invitee. He's going out there to Japan. So if the Cubs want to activate him, and he's had a great spring, then, obviously they were going to have to make a move there. Catching wise, how about this? You take an extra catcher because you got so many extra pitchers. So Reese McGuire joins Miguel Amaya, not McGuire, but Amaya. Carson Kelly out there. John Birdie, obviously. Brujan, Michael Busch. I'm going to talk about him in a second. Matt Shaw, that was the big story yesterday. Dansby Swanson, Justin Turner, Gage Workman. That was also part of the story. And then the outfield is Pete Crow-Armstrong, Ian Happ, Seiya Suzuki, and Kyle Tucker. So that means that Kevin Alcantara did not go. And honestly, I was kind of surprised, as much as I think that he has talent, that there's been so much hype over Alcantara, because just watching him every day last year, still, to me, some stuff maturity-wise, consistency-wise, that he's going to have to improve on. And I guess when you trade or you get rid of Canario, then you got to make somebody kind of that guy you're hyping up. But we'll see what happens. I mean, he's a big guy defensively. You know what? I don't know if I'd trust him in center field. It's just always he just, on balls that are hit deep, he always looks like he's off balance. And I've never liked him by the fence. That's just my opinion. I've only seen the guy play, probably 80 games. So, I mean, it's not like it's a whole a whole career, but definitely some work in those areas. But he's also got some really great speed and some ability to flag some balls down. But, I mean, you go from Pete Crow-Armstrong to that. So you're probably depending on Seiya Suzuki to be that guy that slides in, or Bruhan can play center field as well. So anyway, that's what the roster looks like now. I thought this was interesting and something worth talking about on the channel, and that is that Carter Hawkins, basically says that the Cubs, put the other one back up there. Yeah, there you go. Carter Hawkins' expectations on Michael Busch. Now, he was on Jim Bowden's show, who's part of The Athletic, and I think, MLB radio on XM. And basically, Hawkins, and I've heard Jed Hoyer kind of parrot the same thing, where he's like, hey, Busch should be in the Gold Glove conversation, and has been making consistent contact all spring, right? Last year, during the offseason, doing this channel, some of you guys kept sliding into my comment section and saying, hey, Michael Busch is a guy who the Cubs might trade for. And surprisingly to me, they did. I just did not see that coming, but it happened. And you guys knew it. Some of you guys did. He was a monster in the minor leagues. He outplayed Mash Mervis for first base. Cubs ended up trading him to get Bruhan from the Marlins. And then, now after last year, you could tell there were some struggles at the beginning of the year. They stuck with him. He was never going to play first base because the Dodgers bought Freddie Freeman, who helped them win the World Series last year. And this was a great landing spot. The Cubs might have ended up finding something big here. And I know that, the statistics were just, average last year, but that's a rookie. There were times when you saw it come together. I think that he might have a big year. And if he plays Gold Glove if he's really a Gold Glove caliber defender, after they kept putting him with the Dodgers at second and third and, trying to find a place for him, it'd be really impressive because there's some good first basemen out there in the league, So I still think Anthony Rizzo is the best defensive first baseman I've ever seen. And just watching him play, man, the way that he moved around the bag and the soft hands and everything. I don't know that Busch is in that stratosphere yet, but you know what, man, if they see it, then and they were the ones that liked Rizzo so much, maybe it's there, that'd be great. So I'm definitely pulling for that as we kind of move on. So anyway, definitely excited about this trip to Japan, and we'll keep watching. But going back to it, how say a sword that is so sharp that when you throw a baseball, it cuts right through it. That's a sharp sword right there. First time I've ever seen anybody do that. All right. Last thing I wanted to get into was just a little bit of a notebook here. Travis Jankowski didn't make the team. He didn't go to Japan. This is the guy that the Cubs signed to a minor league contract. He got out of that one, and now he's signing with the White Sox to a minor league contract. But pretty good dude. I like listening to him talk. He's a great team player. Won a World Series with the Rangers, and and now he's going to be on the White Sox, one of the worst teams in baseball. But you know what? He may make the roster. That team is so lack of talent. They probably would just love to have him out there, and he can do some things. He can play great defense and fly around the bases. So anyway, all right. Final thing that I want to get into today, and that is this. Boom, up into this camera shot, because I want this logo behind me right here. There it is. You guys tell me what you want. Or if you don't want it, like if you're saying, hey man, I got enough Cubs gear, I wouldn't wear that logo. You tell me that too, because I won't waste my money and put some stuff together for you guys. But if you like that logo, you're saying, look, it's plain. It's got a couple baseball bats, Cubs baseball channel. If you guys want some swag with that I can give away to the comment section, you tell me what you want. Would you wear that on a hat? Would you wear that on a shirt? A t-shirt? What about a polo? You just tell me what you guys think. It was koozie, because a lot of you guys like a cold beer out in the bleachers. Whatever it is, let me know. And I'm serious about putting in an order and having that for you guys for hanging out here with me every day, making me feel comfortable. All right. Like, subscribe, thumbs up. Appreciate all you guys for being here on the Cubs baseball channel. And unless something breaks, we'll be back tomorrow to talk more Cubs. Got some special guests lined up, and more Cubs podcast talk. Go Cubs.